Okay, so since they are in different units, we need to change them to the same units first. 28 milliliters to 3,500 milliliters. Now that the units are the same, you can use your calculator. 28 divided by 3500. You have 1:125. Why? Something wrong? Right? Next one. 1200 grams. 96 grams, yes? That's 3,500. Yeah, 3,500. Anything wrong? Anything wrong? There was nothing wrong. Okay, next one. 1200 divided by 96. 25 to 2. $35 minutes to 120 minutes. Okay, next one. Okay, now in this case, we cannot use our... Okay, it's not as straightforward to use our calculator already. So we need to go back to our basics. This will be 0.6 to 2.25 to 1.5. You can change them all to decimal or all to fractions, up to you. So in this case, I changed all of them to our decimal. Then now I'm going to multiply everything by 100 first. Sorry? Okay, so if it is repeating or recurring, you will need to change the fraction. You are right. In this case, I know that they are not repeating, so I can do that. Okay? So I multiply by 100 throughout. So let's start dividing by, let's say, 5. And I'll end up with 12, 45, 30. You can divide by 3, 4, 15, 10. And that's our answer, 4, 15 to 10. So fraction-wise, what will it look like? 6 over 10, 8, 9 over 4, and 3 over 2. So you can multiply throughout by the LCM, which is 20. So you multiply by 20. We had 12. 20 times 5, 45. Times 20, you get 30. And then you simplify. Okay, so 2 methods over here for you to choose. If you have any other methods that result in the same correct answer, and then you test it out with your different questions, then I'm sure it is acceptable also. Next one. Okay, here's our homework. Anna, Bobby, 3 to 8. Carol, Bobby, 11 to 4. Anna, Bobby, Carol. So Anna to Bobby, 3 is to 8. Then Carol to Bobby, 11 to 4. Okay, take note, it is 11 for Carol, Bobby 4. So we want to change the 11 to 4 to become 8 to 22. So that Bobby is a constant of 8. So 8 to 22, I'm not going to remove this. This is to 22. The difference between Anna and Carol, 608. So a difference of 19 units represents $608. 19 units represent 608. So find the amount of Bobby's savings. 8 units will now represent, do the division, then do the multiplication. 6, 0, 8, 19, 8. And you get 256. Then put out a statement, Bobby save 256. All right? Any questions? No, Next one. Club, 98 members, men to women, 5 to 9. 22 of them joined the club. The ratio became 9 to 11. How many men joined the club? Looks like a primary school question. You should have done something similar. So how do you all do that in primary school? Do you draw models? Then how? Make the unit the same. What do you mean? You actually can find the... Find what? Yes? Find the before and after. Okay. I'm going to show you how I would do this. You see how it compares to yours. Yours might be better, shorter. Yours might be longer. At the end of the day, you decide. All right. So initially we had 98 members, 5 to 9. Initially, we had 5 over 14 times 98, which is 5 divided by 14 times 98. We had 35 men. Okay, 5 units out of total of 14 units, you had 35 men. And 98 minus 35, 63 women. That is the initial lah. Then after that, 22 of them joined the club. The ratio of men to women became 9 to 11. Finally, men will be 9 out of 20 times 9 out of 20 are now men. But the total number of members will be 98 plus 22. Because 22 people join the club, right? Yeah. Then you multiply this by 9 and you divide this by 20. So we have now 54 men. So now we have finally 54 men. How many men joined? So difference will be 54 minus 35. And you get 19 men join. So this is how we do it lah. You just find the before after for the men and you find the difference. Okay, moving on to the next one. Okay, so now example 11 is the type of question that will almost guarantee that it will come out for your upcoming WA2. Almost guaranteed, but they might not make it so simple. Okay, so to find the ratio of x to y, this is what goes through your mind. In your mind, you want to find x over y. This is your objective, to find x over y. On the left hand side, in the question they gave you 5x equals to 2y. I want you to make x divided by y appear. On the left hand side, I've got 5x. I don't want the 5. So I divide by 5 on both sides. We end up with x equals to 2 over 5y. I want to have x over y. I don't just want x. So now I'm going to divide by y on both sides. we end up with x over y is 2 over 5. And therefore, if x over y is 2 over 5, x to y must be equal to 2 is to 5. So it's, yeah, that's the dangerous part, to think that it is just switching places. Because in the next question, it is not as straightforward already. It's not as straightforward as just switching places, okay? So this is the type of question that you must pay attention to. You must know how to do this. Now, example number 12. I want the ratio A to B, so in my mind, I want to have find A over B. Find A over B. On the left hand side, I have 3 over 7A. I want to get rid of the 3 over 7 later on. 1 over 5B. So to get rid of the 3 over 7, I will have to divide by 3 over 7. Divide by 3 over 7. Dividing by 3 over 7 is the same as multiplying by 7 over 3. Same as multiplying by 7 over 3. Times 7 over 3. Times 7 over 3. Leaving us with A equals to 1 over 5, 7 over 3, B. So this is 7 over 15, B. In my mind, I want A over B. This is just A. So I need to divide by B. Divide by B. Leaving us with A over B. Now we are almost there. 7 over 15. If A over B is 7 over 15, therefore A to B must be 7 to 15. This is the standard way to do it. Okay? So don't just go and memorize that, oh, you just flip it around, it's the opposite. If it's 2x to 3y, 2x equals to 3y, then the answer is 3 is to 2. No, cannot. Because we will make it something like that. Fraction. They have no choice. Okay, who needs more time? Raise up non-writing hand. That looks like all done. An athlete spends 1.5 hours at the sports center. Ratio of time is spent changing, warming up, 237 time warming up. Okay, so part 1, time spent warming up. Changing, warm up, running. Warm up will be our 3 units. 3 out of a total of 5 plus 7, 12. So he actually spends 1/4 of his time warming up. So this is multiplied to 1.5 hours, which is 3 over 2 hours. Okay, so do your simplification. Get 4 over here. So 3 over 8 of an hour. They didn't ask for it to be in minutes. So you can leave it like this. 3 over 8 of an hour. Then part 2. Find the percentage of the 1.5 hours spent running. So percentage, the amount of time units will be 7 out of a total of 12 units multiplied by 100%. The percentage of the 1.5 hours, I don't care. Even if he spent a total of 1.5 days over there, the ratio is still the same. Therefore, the percentage is still the same. That 1.5 hours is irrelevant for part 2. So 7 divided by 12 multiplied by 100, we get 58 1/3%. Okay? 58 and 1/3%. Notice that I didn't round it off to 58.3%. No reason to round off to 58.3%. If answer is 58.3%, then minus 1 mark. Why? Because this is not exact. Okay, we have an exact answer, we should leave it in exact. There's no reason to round off. Anybody needs more time on this? Okay, next one, example number 14. Okay, 2 more questions, yes? Yeah, it's fine, but leave it as a fraction lah. We typically don't use the recurring in our final answer unless the question is on recurring questions. Okay? Leave it as a fraction. Now example number 14. Ben inherits some money, divides between education, holiday, savings. Ratio 3:5, 1,000 into savings. Calculate the amount of money he inherits. So savings over here will be the third value. So 5 units represents $1,000. Wow. And we have 12 units represent, so 1,000, do a division, then do a multiplication over 5 times 12. So 200 times 12, 2,400. Yeah, one working, you can just write it like this. Okay, so he inherits $2,400. Did I tell you what the code over here means?
Yes, 2011 paper 2,
B part 1. Okay, so this is an O-level question. Yeah, so easy, right? They probably will give, I don't know, 1 mark or 2 marks for that. Okay, now this is a further extension of the type of question 2x equals to 3y, then find x to y. Same type of question. Okay, so now we have to convert our ratio to become fractions. So what we have over here is 3/5 equals to 2x minus 3y over x plus 5y. That is from the first part of the question. And then eventually, they want us to find 21x over 8y. Right now, I don't see any 21x, I don't see any 8y. That's where our algebra, our chapter 4, is going to be very important. Fraction equals to fraction. What should we do? So when you have fraction equal to fraction, immediately draw this. Do you know what to do with that? So you group them together, multiply these, and the answer will be equal to multiply these. So in yellow color, we have 3 multiplied by x plus 5y, that's the yellow color one, equals to 5 multiplied by 2x minus 3y. Okay, this is always applicable when you have a fraction equal to another fraction. Then we do our expansion. We get 3x plus 15y, 10x minus 15y. And now we combine all the x terms and all the y terms. We have a total of 3x minus 10x equals to negative 15y minus 15y. I chose to put the y on the right hand side. I put the x on the left hand side. So negative 7x, negative 30y. Is this starting to look like what they require? 21x over 8y. I want an x over the y. But now I have negative 7x on the left hand side, negative 30y on the right hand side. I don't want the negative 7. Don't want. Instead, I want 21x. So how do I make the negative 7x become a 21x? Times, multiply by, is it times 3? If I times 3, do I get a 21x? No, I get negative 21x. So perhaps I should multiply by negative 3 times negative 3. Likewise, times negative 3. So now we end up with 21x equals to 90y. Okay, go back to the question again. They want 21x over 8y. Okay, 21x over 8y. I've got 21x equals to 90y. I want to divide by y this time. Then I will end up with 21x over y equals to 90. Almost there already. Right, 21x over y. But instead they wanted 21x over 8y. Okay, over 8y. How do I make the 8 appear in the denominator? What should I do to end up with 21x over 8y? What should I do?
Divide by 90 divided by 8.
Divide by 8 on both sides.
Yeah.
So we get 90 over 8, which is simplified to become 45 over 4.
Then actually the simpler method for the first part.
Okay, hang on first. So this is our final answer. 45 over 4. Okay, when you say simpler, do you mean shorter? Or do you mean simpler?
Shorter but harder to find.
Shorter but more complicated?
A little.
Then you show to me after class, don't confuse people. Okay, so that's all for this set of notes. We still have the textbook questions, which I'm not going through today. I'll go through tomorrow. Why? Because I'm returning you your assessment.